The Hopi tribe is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, tribe in America. The Hopi are a part of the Udu Aztec ethno group, which is just a branch of the Niger Congo family. If you would like to further look into this, I recommend Brian Stubbs' book on the Udu Aztecian language, the Shemitic language family, and Egyptian. Linguistic connection between cultural groups are not to be taken lightly. The reason is because language forms our perspective, which forms our way of life, the way we interact with each other and the world around us. So normally with cultures that have linguistic connections, you also find that they share similar mythological beliefs, as well as a common origin, because two cultures thousands of miles from each other cannot coincidentally share and make up the same language. It's just not possible to what we know. To understand the Hopi connection to the Niger Congo family, you must first understand that the Bantu are responsible for the civilization, which is the mother civilization to every civilization around the world. And this civilization is what we call today Egypt, or the Egyptian civilization. These most ancient Nile settlers also migrated east into what we call the Fertile Crescent. They are responsible for the Sumerian civilization, for the Hebrew culture, for the Arabic culture. These cultures are known and proven to be African. The Sumerian language actually branched off from the Bantu language family. This is why you have Anu the Sky Father and his consort Antu, right? Which is where we get Bantu. For almost every word in the Sumerian language, you can find a corresponding correlation in the Bantu language family. And oftentimes they mean the same thing, right? Not only do we find linguistic connections, but we also find that the mythological beliefs of the Bantu people also transferred into the sphere of the East. This is why you have the seven sage Apkalu, right? They can also be found amongst the Dogon people, or they could also be found amongst the Yoruba. They could be found amongst the Ibu. They all have the same stories of the deluge and man being created from clay, and a lot of the same elements that transferred into the sphere of the East. Hebrew is actually a Phoenician or Canaanite language. It owes its roots to the people of the Congo, the Pygmy people, the Aztec people who are related to the Hopi, right? Because, you know, they're part of the Udu Aztecian ethno group, right? They also have Egyptian gods like Xolotl, right, who is just Anubis. Then you have Sipakli, right, who is Sabek, right, in the Egyptian mythology. And you will find lots of, again, elements from African mythology, Bantu mythology, amongst the Aztec people, amongst the Hopi people, right? Not only do we find mythological connections, but we also find petroglyphs, which owes its origins back to the motherland. Now, symbology is equally as important as mythology, because that is how our ancestors expressed themselves. That's how they conveyed ideas, messages, beliefs, and things like that. Last but not least, the Hopi pueblos, their dwellings, as well as their cliff dwellings, is almost exact like the Dogon villages and cliff dwellings, right? These are all things to pay attention to.